Hello and welcome back to Geek. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for all future content. Well, it looks like we have another Adpocalypse on our hands. And this is mostly coming from someone on Twitter who had mean things said to him and he just couldn't take and he threw a bitch fit and threw his toys out of his pram. So, what we're going to be talking about today is obviously the elephant in the room and is everywhere. It's on Twitter, it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, you name it. It's even on all major websites. And this is the Vox Adpocalypse. So, what we got is obviously there was a controversial move by YouTube yesterday. And because Vox Media, I'm not going to call him a journalist because he's not one of those. He's not a journalist. He's just a crybaby. And that's Carlos Maza. So, it started out with Carlos Maza going to YouTube on May the 30th. So, I have pretty thick skin when it comes to online harassment, but something has been really bothering me. And there's a few other things where he went in about certain things. And we have them here, so we got that one. There he goes. Since I started working at Vox, Stephen Crowder has been making video after video debunking strike-through. Every single video has included repeated overt attacks on my sexual orientation and ethnicity. Here's a sample. You got that one there. Then you got another one. I've been called an anchor baby, a lipsy queer, a Mexican, etc. These videos get millions of views on YouTube. Every time one gets posted, I wake up to a wall of abuse on Instagram and Twitter. He's saying last year he got doxxed, and so what he decided to do, he decided to go back to... So first of all, the first four were on June the 4th. Thanks again for taking the time to share all of this information with us. We take allegations of harassment very seriously. We know this is important and impacts a lot of people. Our team spent the last few days conducting an in-depth review of the videos flagged to us, and while we found language that was clearly hurtful, the videos as posted don't violate our policies. We've included more info below to explain this decision. As an open platform, it's crucial for us to allow everyone, from creators to journalists to late-night TV hosts, to express their opinions within the scope of our policies. Opinions can be deeply offensive, but if they don't violate our policies, they'll remain on our site. Even if a video remains on our site, it doesn't mean we support that viewpoint. There are other aspects of the channel that we're still evaluating. We'll be in touch with any further updates. Those four were sent to Carlos on June the 4th, and 18 hours ago, so June the 5th, YouTube came back to him with update on our continued review. We have suspended this channel's monetization. We came to this decision because a pattern of actions has harmed the broader community and is against our YouTube partner program policies. Here is more. And obviously they got the link then to preventing harm to the broader YouTube community, which is fair enough. Obviously they've done all of this. And so because he didn't get his way, and obviously a few things have happened, and now we have come to the Vox Adpocalypse again. We have got channel after channel being demonetized just because they may have a slogan or a catchphrase or even one line of dialogue that they've said, which is because of the way YouTube has now catered to Carlos Maza and Vox, that their channels are being demonetized. The channels that are being demonetized, again, these people, so Carlos and his little posse, they're saying they're white supremacists, they're all this, they're this. It's like, well, no. Because if you censor Crowder, you're going to be you need to censor all the other, the late night hosts who have them. The ones who do jokes against Donald Trump. The ones who do jokes against anyone, basically. It doesn't matter if your skin color or your sexual orientation. If people make fun of them, you are now automatically going to be demonetized just because this Carlos Maza had something mean said to him. And what he was called, obviously going through it, he said he's been called gay, he's been called a Mexican, and a few other things. And he even goes on saying, I got pretty thick skin when it comes to online harassment, but this seems to be bothering him. He hasn't got thick skin. He's only opened with that line to make it look like, oh, yeah, what this guy said is really hurtful, which is not. These people, This is the outrage culture that we live in now. This is the problem with people like Carlos and everyone else who are going against everything just because someone has a difference of opinion. And again, people got a difference of opinion, so what they do? We're going to deplatform you, we're going to silence you. Well, to me, democracy is dead then. So, as you've obviously just seen, we've had the 4 comments from YouTube, plus a little link. So what we're going to be doing, I'm going to be reading this now from Dexito.com. So we will be skipping over, I won't be reading all of it, I'll just be reading a few things. So we got, making your living from YouTube can be pretty tough to do, considering how volatile the platform is at this moment in time. And things appear to be getting even harder now following the latest string of controversy. Carlos Maza, he flagged YouTube to Crowder's channel with a video showcasing all the times he said racist and homophobic insults directed at him. So we covered that in the actual responses that YouTube said. And Carlos Maza, he did go back and say, well, I've spent 2 years getting this by him. And I was like, well, okay, there's that, fair enough. The decision sparked outrage from Maza and members of the LGBTQ community as they felt YouTube didn't actually care about them, despite YouTube openly celebrating Pride Month. And so Carlos, he went off again and he started saying about basically trying to grow an army is probably the best way to describe this, because he sent a tweet, if you're an LGBT creator, YouTube is using you. So with that by there, he's literally trying to rally up all the LGBT creators so they can go on his side. But I think he's kind of missing the point there though, because what you'll probably find out is if you do a bit of research, a lot of the LGBT creators, they're making big bucks on YouTube. But again, they don't want to say that because they want to have these people on their side. So obviously he's saying, they're hoping you'll distract advertisers away from the monsters they're creating. So he also said, I don't know what else LGBT people are supposed to do. I complied the clips for them. I sent them everything, publicly begged them to pay attention. It's never enough because YouTube does not give a F about protecting marginalised people, and it never has. But then it goes on about who is Steven Crowder. And, Steven Crowder, he's got 3.8 million subscribers. And he calls himself the #1 conservative late-night comedy show. Which is kind of funny. But again, he is exactly right though. If his channel was taken down, you would have to remove Stephen Colbert and a few of these people, because obviously Stephen Colbert, he is well known for his criticism of President Trump. If you take away Stephen Crowder, you're going to have to take away late night hosts, which I think is the majority of them who are against Trump. Again, they won't do that though, because they have the same opinion. So, just when you go down through a bit of the page, obviously, his channel, it has been demonetized, and he has even said that YouTube have told him, if you get rid of the link to your t-shirts, we can reinstate your monetization. And he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. And but Crowder, he has also said he spoke with YouTube, and this is the tweet he sent. Just spoke with YouTube, confirmed. The second Adpocalypse is here and they're coming for you. More details to follow. Stay tuned. So what that is basically, you got now all these advertisers because of this Carlos Maza, who has thrown all his toys out of his pram. You're going to have big time companies coming in and pulling their advertising away from YouTube, which in effect makes people who make money on YouTube losing their livelihood for a while. Just because there's one person who was called something because he can't take it because he's acting like a little child and he's throwing his toys out of the pram. Even when you had Keemstar, he said that channels are, all demonetized and it's a joke. This is probably the best one. You had Ben Shapiro. If YouTube is now going to police insulting speech, not violent, non-incitement, not actual fake news, because a radical activist masquerading as a journalist complained about being insulted. They're a joke. So we'll have to see how all this happens now, because this is censoring free speech. Just because someone was called a name and he didn't like it, he decided to throw all his toys out of the pram. It's really funny to see, but I say, I'm having a quick look here now through Carlos Maza's Twitter, and he's saying now he's going back to his childhood. And it's like, come on, mate. You're starting to grasp at straws now with all of this. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see you soon.